Okay, we are live. I'm going to see if I can get this to go live on Instagram. So far, I have been very unsuccessful about it. So anyway, I am Alice Keeler. I am here to talk to you about, well, if not Twitter, then what? I think I got that in the background there. Is this going to go live? And okay. So if I want to get this on streaming on Instagram, I have to start the video first and click go live. And there's just too much multitasking. I need Melly McAllister to help me with this. If you are on Twitter, I am on Twitter. I am at Alice Keeler on Twitter. I'm also at Alice Keeler in most socials on Instagram and LinkedIn and all other places. So please find me. Now, as you know, I live on Twitter pretty much. I tweet every day, multiple times a day. But, it just doesn't have the same shine that it had 12 years ago when I first joined Twitter. If you have been frustrated with Twitter and thought, well, but, this is where I connect with people, where do we go? What do we do instead? And so a lot of us have scattered to the wind. Some people have gone to Mastodon and some other different places, Threads, and lots of great places to connect with people. So how do you decide? I can't decide for you. All I can share with you is where I am. And I have moved over to Blue Sky. So I would love to answer your questions. If you want to just drop it down in the chat. Hey, Shevin, thank you. And Spoutable, Threads and Spoutable. And if you want to put in your links and how people can find you into the chat, that would be awesome. I'd love to hear from everybody on that. Where are you at? Now, my goal today, I'm not going to hide it, is to convince you that I would love for you to join Blue Sky. I am putting this into the chat. I'd love for you to join Blue Sky because that's where I am sharing resources and building community. And honestly, it feels so much like the early days of Twitter. If you miss the Twitter chats, if you miss the edu conversations, if you miss those things from back in the day in Twitter, I think you're really going to like using Blue Sky. So let's go take a look at that, where we're going. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, yay, Becky's here. Becky, hi.
Hi.
Wonderful. Okay, Shevin, thank you. If you want to find Shevin, they're at spoutable.com/synergisticpen. Becky, where are you social mediaing these days?
I kind of fallen off a little bit, you know?
Yeah,
Like it's
a lot
just
of people have.
not in it as much. Like Twitter used to be my go-to to find, like I've learned so much on Twitter from other people, and it just
Yep, me too. It's like, I feel like it's not the same. Do you
no,
feel like Twitter's the same? I feel like it used to be, I would go onto Twitter and I didn't even have to scroll. I was following enough people that I didn't even have to scroll. I could almost guarantee with no scrolling or very minimal that I'd find a tip that would help me in my classroom. Somebody sharing a resource, someone sharing a tech tool. So we have a question, is if I'm going to be leaving Twitter indefinitely. I'm not leaving Twitter yet. I did lose 1,000 followers this week. And what we've seen is a lot of people have been exiting Twitter this week. Not going to discuss why. That's a different conversation and not even the point. The point is people are looking for a place to go. So I've been investing this week a lot of time. I also am posting on Twitter, but then I am posting on Blue Sky. Oh, here we go. We got a Threads. If anybody else wants to share where they are at, some of you are on Threads. I'm Alice Keeler on Threads. I'm Alice Keeler on Instagram. I'm Alice Keeler on LinkedIn. You can find me in all of these places. And I'm also Alice Keeler on YouTube. Right. So let's go ahead and take a look at Blue Sky, if I can get my screen share going. Becky, are you on Blue Sky?
I got on it a while ago, actually through you, and then I just kind of never really went back to it much.
Yep.
That new job I have kind of keeps me so busy.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. And back in like a year ago, Blue Sky was invite only. So the challenge was when it's invite only, it's a little buggy on a few things, doesn't have all the features. And then where are all the people? So you kind of feel like you're shouting to cyberspace, right? You post and you wouldn't get a lot of engagement. That's tough. It's tough. Isn't that the point? Is we're looking for community if there's no community there. So I worked really hard. I've been working on this for over a year. Is the EduSky community? We're using the hashtag EduSky on Blue Sky and having those conversations. And I've been posting every day, at least once a day, just trying to keep the community going, commenting on people, reposting, because community is not just throwing your stuff out there, it's those interactions. So as of this week, I think we've hit the tipping point, Becky. You need to come back. So I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna tour you around a little bit. I'm seeing that the first time Rakai has heard about it, so I'm excited to introduce you to it. It's not spelled Blue Sky. It is spelled, well, it is for the name, but the website is bsky.app. So I'm going to type that down here, bsky.app. Right. And so our friends at Markify, which if you want a whiteboarding tool, check out Markify. They joined the EduSky community today. I approved them in. Not that you have to be approved in, but I have a list. I'm going to show you that in a minute. And that's what I think is really cool about Blue Sky is you don't have a billionaire controlling your algorithm. There is no algorithm. You get to control what you see, and that is through developing feeds or lists, and you can block people. So Twitter recently, the block feature changed, so you can't truly block somebody. You have that control on Blue Sky that you should be able to build your community as you want to. If you've ever been on Twitter, this should look really, really familiar. The guy, Jack Dorsey, who is one of the original founders of Twitter, was early on involved. I don't think he's involved anymore with Blue Sky, but you're going to have this real Twitter vibe. So, yeah, Kaylin's like, it is easy to block. There's reasons to block people. Not everybody in this world is kind, and not everybody is a real person. There are bots out there. So being able to easily block is definitely important. If you've used Twitter, you know how to do this. So I'm going to just take you for a little spin. So you'll see here, I have my home. This is my feed. It's who I'm following. What you'll notice it's not is suggested for me. So that's what I noticed on Twitter and on Threads is that I'm like, who are these people? I don't know who these people are that I'm scrolling through. I'm like, these are not people I'm following. It's trying to push an algorithm on me that I should be following certain people. And so you have to click over to another tab for who you're following. Not on Blue Sky. On Blue Sky, I've got this tab right up here at the top. Who am I following? This is my feed. And so what you're going to see is it's happening. There's a lot of, and they're like tweets, but we don't call them tweets. Some people call them skeets. I don't want to I'm not on Twitter. Why would I want to manifest that? So I call it a post. It says new post. So these are some posts. Now, what you see here is someone has shared what is called a starter pack, and that is something that is really cool. So if I click on this person, Esther, now as I hover over, I get this nice card that makes it really easy for me to see her profile. And if I want to follow her, so I can just click on her right there. She is a professor of special ed, so I'm going to follow her. I like that. But then you'll see she has along these options. It says posts, replies, her media, her starter packs, and her list. So I'm going to go ahead here and click on starter packs. So if there's anybody that you do see on Blue Sky, click on their profile because you don't have to have a starter pack. And I will tell you, it is so easy to make this. A starter pack is sharing a starter set of people to follow. Becky, have you ever signed people up for Twitter?
Yeah.
And so what's the first thing you do?
Tell them who to follow.
Tell them who to follow, right? Like grab their phone, like, hold on, let me follow these people for you. Follow Alice, follow Becky, follow Isai, like follow these people. And so Blue Sky makes that a little bit easier for you. So you can have up to 150 people in your starter pack, but you can make more than one. So when you click on here, I'm going to go to this starter pack that she has, and you see that she's got several people that she's recommending. and I can just click follow all. And now I'm following all those people. And so that makes it really easy to get going, that I can just say, like, here's my starter pack. So if you go to my page, let's go down to my profile. So down here, my profile, I've got posts, I have replies, I have media, I have my likes, my feeds, and my starter packs. And I have a starter pack here. And the people that I have in this starter pack are people that I notice are really helping to develop the EduSky community. They reply to people, they encourage, they further the conversation. So you can just click right on there and follow a few people that you know will want to engage with you. So that's my starter pack. And you know, it says here I can create another. So I go click create another, and I can say these are, you know, my Enedco friends, since Becky is one of my Enedco friends. Colorado 50 affiliate. I just did that now. I spelled affiliate wrong. Is that better? That's better. Okay, right. So I do that, and then it lets me just search for who's on here. Is Beth Hamlin on here? Nope. I need to get Beth on it. Brandon Peterson. Is this the right Brandon, Becky? Let's pretend it is.
Should be.
Could be. Who else are Enedco friends? Linda Horn. She's not. I'm making some phone calls tomorrow, getting all my friends on here. I'm just gonna add Victoria. There we go. Right. You just search for add your friends, and then I'm gonna hit continue. I have to add 5 people, so I'm gonna add these random people on there. Oh, and one more. Great. Next. And then a feed is a custom algorithm so that you would be able to set what is shown. So I do the EduSky feed. That's anybody. The algorithm is any posts of EduSky, which is kind of the same. It's just clicking on the hashtag or searching the hashtag, and you certainly can do that. But it does look a little bit different. So we'll look at the difference of if you search it, if you click on it, or if you use the feed. But I'm able to say, like, here's communities, here's algorithms that are already set up. So if you're in the EduGuardians, you're going to want to subscribe to the EduGuardian feed. And then I just click finish. That's how easy it is. So I've made a starter pack, and I'm going to go ahead right now and delete it because I invited random people. What did I do? You know, Becky, only because I'm demonstrating it.
Yep, every time.
All of these people, why are you adding them to a starter pack? But it was that easy the first time that I made it. And so I'm going to go here on the left side. It says feeds. So again, a feed is like your Twitter feed, but customized. So it's not just everybody you follow, it's filtered down. So this is my feed for EduSky. You can pin a post to the feed, and my friend Michael Freeman, he makes them for me. So I just post at him like, hey, Michael, I need a feed for whatever hashtag there is. And he's really nice. He'll make them. So that is really cool. So we've got this pinned post for EduSky. And then what you're seeing here is anybody posting on the EduSky hashtag. So I'm going to hover here. I can see here's Alyssa. She's a school librarian. Not only am I going to follow her, so I clicked following. I'm going to click on her name. You know, she does not have a starter pack, but it is real. All you have to do is go to your own profile, click starter packs, and make one. So they're really super easy to make. But I'm going to click on the 3 dots up here, and I'm going to add her to a list. And I have a librarian's list. Now, a list is not a feed. A list is a list. And, well, I guess it's kind of a feed. It is only going to show me the people who are on my list. And you'll notice that when I go back to my profile, if I go to anybody's profile, that list is listed. So my public list, and I haven't tried, I know in Twitter I can make my list public or private. I haven't tested that here in EduSky because I make everything public. But you can go to somebody else's page and get their lists. Lists are over here. You can get their lists and you can see who they're following by topic. So I talk about ed tech, but we want to break it down into some other categories. What if I'm doing a presentation and I just want to interact and see what ELA teachers are chatting about, or it's 2:00 in the morning, so maybe I should be on UK teachers, so because they're a little bit later in their day. So you can make whatever lists, and it's so easy to add them. I'm going to go back here to my home page. These are people that I follow. I'm going to click on it. And here we've got an AP Euro teacher. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots. I'm going to add to a list. And I'm going to choose social studies teachers. So pretty easy that way. I'm going to click here, new post. Okay, I want to grab the link from YouTube for anybody. Hope this doesn't make noise. Mute. Okay. I am grabbing our live stream. Now, because I was looking at Joe's profile, it did start did you want to mention Joe? Did you want to talk with him? It does bring that up right away. I'm live streaming about hashtag EduSky. This live streaming's not one word. Jump in and say hi. All right, so it gives a preview. I'm able to say if anybody who's able to interact with my post. I love these levels of control. I can mark it if it's got some graphic topics, which of course we do not. And at the bottom, I can add a picture, I can add a video, I can add GIF, I can insert emojis. And I really like this plus icon because you're limited to 300 characters. So if you have more that you want to say, it's really easy to build a thread just by clicking the plus icon. And I'm going to go ahead and post. Now, because this feed is a structured algorithm, I'm going to go to my feeds. I'm going to go to EduSky. It doesn't show up right away. So there's a little bit of lag in the feeds because it's pulling it in. So if I actually just click on any hashtag, clicking on a hashtag allows you to choose if you want to see the posts or if you want to see, I want to see if that shows. That's good. Shows might pop up there. If you want to see the post or see posts by user, or if you just want to mute the hashtag, like anyone's using this hashtag, I just need them to be quiet. I'm not trying to unfollow them. I'm not trying to block them, but any post with this hashtag, I'm going to mute it. I obviously don't want to do that. I read them all and I try to respond to. It's reaching the tipping point where I can't respond to all of them, but I try my very best to do as many as possible. So here's the difference now that I'm in the search for EduSky. Is you'll see that it defaults to top posts instead of my latest post. Whereas if I'm on the feed is going to be the latest post. So it's going to be a stream of that. Also, the replies look a little bit differently here on the search than they do on the feed. So I definitely would not give up one for the other. So when I'm in my feed, I'm in my EduSky feed. Sometimes I'll just click on the hashtag and see what it looks like in the search portion of it. You can also search on the side, search I teach math, hashtag. And you can see up here, this search has a list of top posts, latest posts, people with hashtag I teach math in their bio, and feeds that include hashtag I teach math. So it allows me to search across a variety of different types of things here in BlueSky. It does have a private chat. I'm not going to click on it because, of course, those are my private conversations. But I'll tell you what one of them is I'm going to look up Carly Mua. So I'm going to type at Carly Moran. Here we are. Her and I are trying to start our first, our first Twitter chat, which is not a Twitter chat, EDU chat on BlueSky. So on Mondays at 6 o'clock Pacific, if you want to join us for Ed Tech Chat, see, she's been really active. She's great. Make sure you follow Carly, 100%. Here we go, right? So we are going to join Ed Tech Chat on Mondays at 6 o'clock. This Monday, we're going to be talking about what is your favorite tech tool and why, just going with a light topic. And then we have the feed so that when you want to join the chat, you're going to be able to see the feed there. If it's lagging, and it might be a little bit, just a little bit, you might just want to click on the EdTech Chat hashtag while you're doing the chat so you can see those latest posts in real time when we're chatting. I'm going to see if anybody has any questions or can I explain the media tab? That should just be any pictures that you've posted. So let's go ahead and go to my profile. We'll go to my profile. I'm going to click on media. So it is posts that have an image, which for me is almost all of them. I very rarely post without one. All right, so what is this about? Convince me you're a teacher. I mean, anyone can join Blue Sky. Anyone can type the hashtag EduSky, and you can participate in the community. Now, this is just for educators. Sometimes it's higher ed educators, and sometimes it is researchers, which I love seeing that stuff. But maybe you're like, you know what? Bless you, higher ed people. I really want to focus more on K-12. You can mute anyone who's in the, just go to their profile. I'm not going to mute anybody. I'm going to go to their profile, 3 dots, and you can just mute their account. So you can mute them so that you're not having to see them in your EduSky feed, but you don't have to block them. So that is where you're going to find your media is on anybody's. You can see the things they posted with a picture or a video. All right, awesome. Any other questions? Keep the comments coming. Becky, do you have any questions or comments?
I see Kaylin asked, can you explain the media tab?
Yes, I just did, but I will do it again.
Sorry, I was trying to make my first list. That's what I get for
I'm so thrilled, right? I've sucked you in. And if you follow me, I'm going to follow you right back.
Yeah.
Perfect. If you go to anyone's profile, if they have it, you can see their posts, their replies, their media, their likes, their feeds, their starter packs, and their list. And the media is just their posts that have an image.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not sure why I want to see people's posts with an image. I personally, what I do is I leave Canva open up in a tab. So I go to Canva and I do create a design. And I do Twitter post. And then I just keep adding a page. I'll come down here to background and add in screenshots. I come over to text. Right. EduSky, it's a terrible font, whatever. But I just keep one Canva file. I even leave it untitled, like I don't care, because I'm going to download it as a PNG, and you can drag images into a Blue Sky post. I'm going to push N. N starts a new post, or I can push new post. So N works just like it does in Twitter. And then I have, what is this? I'll just drag this on here. So I literally just dragged this image that I had on my desktop. Try alicekeeler.com/solve it. It is in Google Slides. Sprayer model for math. All right. Hashtag I teach math and post. So that's how easy it is to post. I try to get the hashtag in there because people have their feeds that it's going to filter in there. So I try and think about who's my audience. I include hashtags by audience. All right. Any other questions? All right. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to join EduSky. Now, I already told you, you could just post on the EduSky hashtag. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. You are welcome to. You don't have to follow me. You can mute me if you want to. You control your own feed. So I'm going to go to tinyurl.com/EduSky. So I'm going to type that back down here. tinyurl.com/EduSky. Now, what this is a spreadsheet that I've been curating for over a year. And it is a list of educators. I try to verify that everybody on this list is an educator. At least at a minimum level, I try to verify that. So what that allows you to do is you can come and scroll down and find anyone. Oops, that is not a correct one. The reason why I'd say it's not a correct link is it should end in .bsky.social or .com or . You can get your own domain. You can buy your own domain. If you go to Namecheap.com, they have a partnership. Namecheap has a partnership with Blue Sky. So you can buy your own domain name and link it to your Blue Sky account. So you'll see that my Blue Sky, when I go to profile, I'm actually at alicekeeler.com. I'm not .bsky.social, but that's only if you wanted a custom name. Otherwise, you'll notice most people end in bsky.social. When they fill out my form, do they put in bsky.social? Not always. So that I do go through here and I try to fix them. All right, so let's click on Stephanie. Stephanie does not end in bsky.social because she has a custom feed. We can see here that her educator role is a district innovation leader. And here is her app mention. If you wanted to app mention her on EduSky, I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I'm going to open up Blue Sky. I see her. I see her profile. I see her post. I'm already following her, but you can follow her. How do we build community? We don't build community just by lurking. At least click the like button. If you'll just go in and like 2, 3, 5 people who are using the hashtag EduSky, we will keep this community going. You can repost. You can repost or quote post. That's the same as like in Twitter. You can do those and you can comment. Thank you for sharing this. Right? So commenting, reposting, the best compliment you can give someone on social media is a repost. So if you like the content, spread it further, give them a repost. And then there's these 3 dots on each post. And there's a lot of options where you can translate it. So if it's not in English or you need it in a different language, you need to copy the post text. If you want to send it to somebody's DM, to their chat, if you want to copy the link to the post and embed the post, just mute the threads. You don't have to mute the whole person. But I mean, think all of us has gotten trapped into where someone app mentions us and then we're like, please, I don't want to see all the replies of thank you. So you can mute that thread. You can mute specific words and tags. I haven't tried this. I think it's for that thread since I'm doing it on this post. I can hide the post and of course report it. All right. So back here, I have a bunch of tabs. Let me shrink this down a little bit. Oops. Come here. I know how to use the computer. I don't. Got this little tiny screen where I'm trying to see both this live stream and this at the same time. Okay. Do you see my tabs? You see my tabs. Great. So down here at the bottom, I've got a welcome tab that kind of walks you through a little get started information on being part of the EduSky community and starter packs. These are Edu feeds. So if you want to see anyone's talking about Desmos, that's going to be a Desmos feed. So this is anybody mentions the word Desmos, doesn't have to be a hashtag. You're going to be able to see all the posts on that. And then I have some starter packs. These are just people who are sharing starter packs that are about education. So when I see them, I'm just adding them to the list just to help you get a head start on following people. And then just today, I started making a list of EDU chats. They're not Twitter chats because we're on Blue Sky. So if you are participating in an EDU chat, please just post to me on Blue Sky. Let me know the info and I will add it in here. If you have a feed, I'll add the link to the feed. So this spreadsheet hopefully helps you to get started. And if you want to join, if you want to be on the list up here, oh, it's cell B1. The first, I've been telling everybody A1, but it looks like it. I hidden column A. It's timestamp. It's going to open up a Google form. You just put in your name, your Blue Sky link. Convince me you're an educator. What's your role in education? So what's your role in education shows up on the spreadsheet list. So choose carefully. And then I try to just check that you're actually posting about education. So if you can post a EduSky link, I would appreciate it because I do check and I do try to reply to as much as I have time. I try to reply to that post that you posted so you get some engagement on that post. And then you're not going to see this. I have a tab that shows me, so these are unchecked. So this many people have submitted the form since I last checked. And I actually have a system here where I go through, I put her name. So it says Karen. She said she's an English teacher. She loves Ticonderoga pencils. I mean, who doesn't? Definitely convincing me you're an educator. I'm going to go check her Blue Sky post. Says that she's a high school teacher. She's commenting on my stuff. Look at her profile. Says she's a teacher. She's convinced me. And then I double checked that she's posted the correct Blue Sky profile link. And then I have a little code that's just for me where I submit it. And now she is on the list. So that's running. Now, every time I submit that form, this list shuffles. And I also have some code that just shuffles the list several times a day. So every time you come to tinyurl.com/edusky, whoever is first should be different. Every position should be different. Pick the first 3 people, like one of their posts, comment on one of their posts, repost. That's the best compliment that you can give somebody. Help keep the community going by jumping on this spreadsheet and just finding a few new people. I'm going to just click here on Steve. Here we go. Follow him. I'm going to, I'd like that. Writing tips like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and like it or comment or repost. Come back and do a few more. So the more that you can help me, the more we will develop this community. Okay. Becky, any questions?
No, but I was just over on the Google EDU list and for the starter pack, and there's some really great people in there.
Yeah, someone else curated that. I've been curating this spreadsheet, so like I can only put 150 people, and I have 1,400 people on this spreadsheet. So like, how do I choose? I don't want to like say anyone's better than someone else, but I do have my starter pack. I finally decided is going to be those who are really actively helping me curate the community. So those are who I have in there. All right. Well, thanks for joining with me, Becky. I'm glad to show it to you. I'm glad you're interested enough to try and sign up.
Well, I'm also really glad that you gave me something to do while I'm at home recovering. So this will be
probably all of you. Becky had surgery, so make sure that you give her some well wishes, some prayers if you do that. But she's recovering, and so obviously nothing better to do than to answer my call. I decided at the last second to do I'm going to do a live stream. In fact, I made a pot roast, so I'm going to go up and eat that right now. My poor kid is hungry.
I know you texted me the link. Yeah, that. I was like, well, I'm eating dinner, but yeah, in a minute. And then it's like, oh, you're going to be on it. And I'm like, oh, okay. But surprise!
Appreciate it. Thanks, friend. Have a good night. Thanks, everybody. I hope that you will love being on Blue Sky. Join the EduSky community. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.